As the oldest sister, I never had an older sister to give me the ins and outs of life. This is what you're experiencing, this is what you'll go through, or just how to navigate life in general. My mom, yes, I did have her, but nothing is like getting advice from your big sister on how to navigate situations that they've been through in order for you to avoid them. I know for a fact if I was able to have a conversation with an older sister and she was able to help me navigate life, especially in my early 20s, I would be so much further in life. I'm not complaining about my current situation because for my age, I am doing very well. But I know for a fact that I'd be a lot further if I was given that advice and guidance in order to help me navigate success. In today's video, I will be giving you the big sister advice that I never had. The advice that any 20-year-old will find beneficial, and make sure that you do not make the same mistakes as me. Because although life is fun and exciting, it is also very difficult to navigate if you do not have the correct structure. Hi, my name is Mahogany, and I make content around things that we can all relate to, stuff that we've experienced or will experience, and how to become the best version of yourself. If you're looking for a space to feel seen, feel understood, or feel heard, or just enjoy discussions about becoming the best version of you, hit the subscribe button and welcome. I am so excited to have you. So let's get into it, because today, I am your big sister. So like I was saying before, your 20s is a very difficult period of your life for you to navigate, and most people who are in their 20s do not think that, because your 20s are also a very exciting time of your life. It's your first taste of real freedom. You don't have to listen to your parents. You can go out whenever you want. You just kind of navigate life however you want without any backlash. In my 20s, especially my early 20s, you couldn't tell me anything. I had everything figured out. Little did I know, that was a lie. Most people in their 20s also have that same mindset. You're grown. Can't nobody tell you nothing? But I wish so bad that I had an older sister that was able to sit me down and let me know life is not just sunshine and rainbows. Because hearing things like that from someone who's more of like a peer as opposed to a superior, like your parents, is so much easy to digest. Because again, most of us in our 20s still think that our parents are still trying to tell us what to do, still trying to control the narrative of our lives. So most people push back on what their parents suggest or their parents say, because start to feel like, this is my life. I control everything that's going on around here. The first thing I wish I could tell my younger self is to stop caring what people think and truly make myself understand how irrelevant people's opinions are. I used to care so much about everything from what I posted to what I wore to the people I hung out with. I would overanalyze how people perceived me, what people thought about me in such an unhealthy way that I would not do certain things because I would be so afraid of what somebody would think about me. I'm gonna be so straightforward with you. You should not care what anybody thinks. If it does not contribute to your happiness, if it does not contribute to your money, if it does not contribute to you bettering yourself, you should not care what people think. If someone has an opinion of you doing something that does not affect them, you should not care about it at all. And so many young people, especially myself, are robbed of just doing things that make them happy because they're so consumed and worried about what the next person thinks. I'm telling you right now, it does not matter. What somebody else thinks of you does not matter at all. Only do I wish I can go back and tell my younger self that. I wish I could make me believe that. I used to be scared to post on socials. I used to sit and look at my pictures and overanalyze my pictures, my captions, what I wore. Like, it was to a point where I was letting other people's opinions control my life. And I know at that age, if I was just less worried about what people thought about me, there's so many different things I would have been able to experience. There's so many different friends I would be able to have. There's so many different just life lessons I would have been able to learn if I wasn't so consumed and worried about what other people thought about me. The second thing I would have told myself in my 20s is stop overextending yourself to anybody. I was such an overextender to the point that I would invalidate my own feelings. Because I was so fixated on a specific image of myself, and I was a person who always came through for everybody, and I was a person who just was a good friend, I was a good family member. I just wanted to keep that image up of myself, and I was, again, very consumed with what people thought about me to the point that I was overextending myself. That did not benefit me, not 1 ounce. But did it benefit other people in my life? Of course. They were able to say, if I can't get it, Mahogany can get it. If I can't do that, Mahogany will. They were calling me left and right, and every single time I was just overextending myself. Even if I was so exhausted, even if I just didn't feel like it, I would just overextend myself. And all that did for me was cause me to start resenting the people I was overextending myself for, because whenever I sat down and really thought about a relationship, I realized that they never overextended themselves for me. When you're young and you barely have responsibilities and you see people with real responsibilities and they feel like that they can use you as a crutch, that is not your obligation. You are not obligated to overextend yourself because somebody is in a specific space. Sometimes I would feel guilt because I was young, I didn't have responsibilities, I had extra time, so it's like, why not help them? But although I did have that time, it's not my obligation to do that. I can make a decision if I want to do something or not, and if I don't want to do it, it's okay for me to say no. If you're not able to take care of yourself and be healthy and happy for you, you definitely cannot do that for somebody else. Overextending yourself will lead to you being resentful and you burning out on somebody else's issues. The third thing I would tell myself in my early 20s would be to invest now. I didn't hear people talking about how important investing is, but I never really understood how important investing is until I got older. Investing will change your life. Investing can make you a millionaire, especially if you get started early enough. I did my first official investment when I was 28, which is still not that bad. But if I would have started whenever I was 20 and 21, I would be so much further in my investment game and I would not be playing catch up. If you don't get anything else from this video, please, 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 please start to learn about investments. If you invest into the right things, I'm telling you, you will become a millionaire. When you're younger, you also have an opportunity to be more risky when it comes to investments. My advice, not only to the younger me, but also to you, is to learn investments because they will change your life. Now, I do want to preface by saying investing is not a get rich quick scheme, but as long as you're okay with having some money put aside for some years, you will be just fine. And the fourth thing that I would tell the 20-year-old version of myself or my younger self is to start working out. Working out has changed my life for the better, and I wish I would have done it sooner. I don't know what the correlation is between the two, but working out and getting your life together, they go hand in hand. I don't know what it is. I don't know if something switches off in your brain to say now that you're working out, you have to fix other areas of your life. But I'm telling you, my eating got better. My finances got better. I'm pushing myself more. I don't know how to explain it, but that was one of the biggest things that I've done that I was like, okay, I got myself together in fitness. Now I got to get myself together in other areas. And just because the discipline from working out constantly just naturally carried out to other areas of my life, it was such a life-changing experience for me. And I wish I would have done it sooner. And then also on top of that, you look good. Who does not want to look good? It's just such a beneficial habit to have in your life that is, again, for me, was life-changing. Another thing with fitness, you start making friends with other people who are very serious about their body, their health, and it just helps you stay on top of your goals. You start to be surrounded by people who have similar goals to you, that are doing things, that are pushing themselves, that are super disciplined, and it's just so much easier to stick to a plan and stick to a routine and stick to you working out and looking good and being healthy whenever you have people around you who are also focusing on the same thing. To my younger self, I would tell you, baby, go get in that gym because it does nothing besides benefit you. The last thing that I would tell my 20-year-old self would be, do not be surprised by anyone or anything. To be so naive, and I would believe things at face value because what do you got to lie to me for? I could not wrap my head around that somebody would lie and be deceitful and try to like trick or be weird. I just could not wrap my head around that because I'm not that type of person and I would never need to do that. If I felt something, I would say it, but the amount of times that I was surprised by someone's actions or just certain things, mind-blowing. Now I'm more accustomed to it, but my younger self, I'm telling you, I would look at certain people in situations like, there's no way they did that. Yes, baby, they did it. And they did it boldly. And they did it loudly. And they did it in front of you. Or they did it behind your back thinking you wouldn't know. But me being able to go back and tell myself, do not be surprised by anyone or anything. Because people will portray a certain image of themselves and not really be who they are. I'm talking about friends have done things to me that I was like, wow, there's no way that this person was able to do that. There's no way this person was able to treat me like that. There's no way this person was able to go around and say this about me. Yes. Do not be surprised by anyone or anything. And even where we are today in society, in our government, I would have never thought that life would be how it is right now, and just how chaotic and how disgusting and how sad society is currently. Never. My mind would have been blown. I would have been like, there's absolutely no way that there's no way that's happening 10 years from now. 10 years from now, it's happening. When you learn to never put anything past anyone and expect the unexpected, I'm telling you, you will be a lot better off. My younger self did not see half the things that were coming to me. So in your 20s, I know you might think you have it all figured out, but I'm telling you, you don't. It's okay to take advice from your parents. They have your best interests at heart. They are not trying to control you or dictate your life, although it may seem like it. They were able to experience a lot more life than you, and they want you to be prepared for the things you have coming your way. Because I'm telling you right now, you are not going to believe half the things that get thrown your way because it's life. Your 20s are a lot. You're going to learn things and experience stuff that you'd never even think that you would ever have to learn and experience, but that's part of life. But it is what it is. And believe it or not, whenever you turn 30, you will have your own list of things you wish you would have told your younger self in order to put you in a better position. Your 20s are meant for you to learn and experience and take risks and figure out what works for your life, because in your 30s is where you thrive. And the tips that I shared in this video is to help guide you on your journey to your 30s. If you enjoyed this video, like and comment your favorite part about this video and share some things that you wish you told your younger self in order to get you to the journey where you are now. Make sure you subscribe so you can be notified when my next video drops. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.